Hey guys, Rux here. I know I haven't made any tutorials in a while, haven't really done a whole lot, but just been busy with work, scheming up some stuff. But I really wanted to talk about something that I've encountered lately that I feel like should be addressed for a lot of producers that I'm friends with, because I hear this all the time. I struggled with this for a while myself, and it's something that I feel plagues a lot of us. And a lot of that is, I want to say it's most of the older producers that, begin to work a 40-hour week plus job. And it could be anyone really, but for me, what I truly feel is that's who it affects. And that's, I don't want to call it burnout, but it's like a lack of drive, a lack of motivation to, properly finish tracks. And I definitely struggled with that a lot over the last, several years, really. And I've found a few ways to kind of get around it. And some of the things that I did, well, first of all, it's recognizing your excuses. I make a lot of excuses for why I can't do something instead of just doing it. And I think that's a good thing to do, is, to eventually recognize that you're making an excuse. The other thing outside of that is, and this is a big one for me, when you get so comfortable in the style that you make that's just all you make. Of course you're gonna run the well dry eventually and I don't want to say get sick of it, but you're gonna run the well dry. And you got too comfortable, and now you're like, okay, well, now I can't really finish anything because everything sounds like shit to me. It's because you're too comfortable with it. So maybe take a break, which is another thing. Like, taking a break for yourself is definitely a good thing. If you're like me and you work a long day and then you come home and you just boot up your DAW and then you just have at it, if you do that every day, it's going to get tiresome. Give yourself a break. Have a day to yourself. Have a day where you go and, complete some errands and just maybe come home and play a fucking video game. That's what I've been trying to do, and it's helped. And I have a couple tracks on the back burner now as a result. And another thing that I had a problem with was I got too comfortable with what I was making, and I ended up having to rewire my approach. And I will say some of these realizations, not a lot, some of these realizations are from people that I've watched. Like, I've watched videos from Seamless, In the Mix. I feel bad because I don't remember his name. Varian is another good one. I feel like Varian's a very personable artist, and that's why I watch his videos whenever he puts them out, because I can relate to them. So, when you get that comfortable to where you just can't make anything, come up with a new approach. Approach a track differently. If you usually start off writing a chord progression and that's it, start off writing just the drums. Start doing rhythmic stuff first. Start doing it that way and see what that can do for you. I used to start with like the chorus drop of a track, and I would just build that. And that's another problem that I see a lot of people do, is they start off like that, and then you have to build your track around that section. So I have been trying to do a more linear approach, where I literally start with the beginning of the track, and I just, paint my way down the line. That's what I want to do, and that approach has helped me quite a lot, actually. And now this is not, it's not really off topic, but I'm going to veer off for a little bit. So I'm doing music for an RPG game called Vast. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before. Excuse me. And the music that I make for that is way different than what I would make for like the, my Rux Ton project. And I will have to say that's helped a lot with structure and just putting me into a completely different perspective, because I'm in an area that I'm not familiar with, so I get to explore. I get to challenge myself, which is another thing that I feel is great for creative drive. Is when you start a new track, think of at least one challenge that you could give yourself, and you can just take that challenge and just run with it. And I feel like that helps a lot. And these are some things recently that have been kind of on my mind, and I just haven't really talked about it yet, because I feel so weird uploading videos like this on YouTube, because I just don't know. I don't know if people relate. I don't know how you guys feel about like the more personal talk scenario with me, but it's something I do want to try doing more. So I'm just gonna end this now, but with that being said, all of that being said, I hope someone out there, this like helps them with their writer's block in some capacity, gives you something to think about. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But real quick before I end this video, I am in the midst of thinking about starting up a podcast. So I started up a record label, which nobody knows about yet, but that's where my future tracks will be released on, which is my own label, which is the Ruckus Room. You guys will probably remember that was the old Discord, and Discord, I'll talk about that later. But I want to do a podcast where I just talk with other producers, and they don't have to be big producers. I don't really care about that. I just want to have like a one-to-one chat with other artists, pick their brains a bit, learn some things about them. You're gonna hear my cats fighting in the background, I apologize. But it's just something that I've been thinking about, and I just think it would be really, really valuable to get other perspectives, because on my channel you get just my perspective, and I want to touch base on everyone's. So if you watch this and you want to have like a one-to-one chat with me, in a podcast, format, I think we should go for it and do it, and just see where it goes. I don't really have much more to say, but thanks to everybody who has supported me thus far, or this far. I need to start pushing myself harder to do more videos, because I enjoy the platform to the degree that I can with everything happening on YouTube, but it's the only way that I feel like I can directly communicate with you guys, except for Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, I've started to finally use Twitter, so at the end of this video I'll put my social media information, but it's literally going to be at RUX_TON for Twitter and Instagram, because I do post on Instagram too. And I think that's it. Speaking of video games, I think it's time that I open up ye old Switch and play some Mario Maker, because I've been on some Mario Maker shit lately. Thank you guys for supporting, and I will see you guys soon. I don't know how to end fucking videos at all.